Hello and welcome back to another weather video. Today we are talking about the unsettled pattern across the Pacific Northwest and how it will spawn a few clipper systems. Really won't be many significant impacts from those clipper systems, but in the Pacific Northwest we could see some heavy rain, maybe some heavy snow in the upper elevations as well. So, starting off here with the National Weather Service page, we do have many different advisories and warnings. So, winter weather advisories in parts of Washington, Idaho, and Montana. We also have some avalanche warnings in Washington, some flood watches in Washington and Oregon, and then I believe that is a hydrologic outlook in parts of Washington as well as Idaho. And then I believe that could be a... There's something in there that's pink, but I don't see anything down there. But we have high wind warnings in parts of Montana and Wyoming, as well as a high wind watch there as well. I do want to check out what that pink alert is. Maybe if I can reload, and then we'll click in here. Some snow in there. But that is an avalanche watch, and that's orange, actually. So, yeah, there is going to be the possibility of snowfall in some areas, and that is all because of this system moving on to the Pacific Northwest coastline as we speak, with some heavy rain and snow in parts of Washington and Oregon. Now, most of the heavy precipitation will be confided to areas of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, but areas around, parts of Montana and maybe even further east than that could see some significant impacts, but the storm will be considerably a western storm, really won't be getting over the Rockies. So a lot of the precipitation will be confined, not even going over the Cascades. So we could be seeing a significant amount of rainfall in the Pacific Northwest throughout the day on Monday and even into Tuesday. Before all of this moisture starts to move across, we do see a couple of systems try to break into the plains, one of which comes down from further north. That's a clipper system there. But then the clipper system that comes out of this will be this right here with some snow and freezing rain in parts of North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and then eventually into the Northeast, where we'll kind of team up with that other system. Now, there's a lot of questions about this in the Northeast. The one of note is where that low pressure will form. There is the possibility that this low pressure continues, and we could see some areas such as southern New England and New York get a little bit of snowfall, but right now it looks like the low pressure will be in the northern tier of the Northeast, leaving much of southern New England and the New York City metro in rain. But things can change there. But the unsettled pattern will continue even after that clipper system gets spawned out. As you can see here into Oregon and parts of Washington, there's still that atmospheric river just pouring in more moisture, and that could lead to some more rainfall there. Mostly rain, no snow from that. Now, in terms of snowfall totals from those clippers, really not much. Maybe some areas of 6 inches of snow in parts of the mountainous areas of the Northeast. But let's zoom on in to the Pacific Northwest and take a look at some of the snowfall totals there. So in parts of the Cascades, could see areas close to 70, 80 inches, and then areas over 100 inches as well. But generally, 2 feet plus across the Cascades. In parts of Washington, some areas of Oregon could see some high snowfall totals as well, especially in eastern Oregon and parts of Idaho and Montana, where the mountainous areas could see over a foot likely, and in Montana, over 2 feet or 3 feet likely. Now, in terms of, let's go to our total precipitation, and there will be plenty. We could be seeing areas along the coastline here getting 3 to 4 inches, and then areas in the upper elevations getting over 10, maybe even a foot of precipitation in general. Now, this does include snowfall, so areas like over here where we were talking about like over 100 inches of snow, that's 20 inches of just overall precipitation. So there is a very real possibility that we could see, a lot of saturated areas. I know that the Pacific Northwest is not unaccustomed to this, but it is just something to watch out for. Very unsettled in the Pacific Northwest because of that atmospheric river moving through and bringing in plenty of rainfall. So that is all the new information that I have for today. Haven't covered the Pacific Northwest in a while. We've been focused on much of the eastern 2/3 of the country over the past few months. So if you do live in the Pacific Northwest and find this video helpful, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. And if you don't live in the Pacific Northwest, stay here for updates on our next potential systems. Still watching that potential blizzard, as well as some Clipper systems as well. But that is all I have for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.